Hey, beloveds. I am Tanya Melendez, your favorite Black Psychic Librarian, and I wanted to share something very special with you today. Are you ready for Mercury Retrograde? Because Mercury Retrograde is here, and I want to make sure that you are retro ready. And so not only have I put together this special video for you, stay tuned in the notes below so you don't miss a thing, including the special retrograde ready tarot spread. But first, I want to share with you a few things about Mercury retrograde that you probably didn't know. First of all, most of us think of when we know what retrograde means, it means going backwards. But I've got to tell you, it doesn't really spin backwards. But here on Earth, it can look like it is spinning backwards. And so a retrograde period is really a time for us to bring things back from before to now. And it only happens 3, sometimes 4 times a year because Mercury is the fastest spinning planet that we have. And it's the closest to the sun, which means it adds a very strong impact to our sun and our sun sign. But here's a few more facts that I bet you didn't know. And this includes a lot of numerology magic. So first off, we know that Mercury retrograde periods last for 3 weeks. 3 is a very special number. Think about the Trinity, the mind, body, spirit. And then it also, because it is 3 weeks, it is 7 days of those 3 weeks. And we know 7 is a highly spiritual number. In fact, 2023 equals 7, which is why we're starting this spiritual year in a Mercury retrograde experience. Because if you add, or if you multiply 7 times 3, you get 21. And when you break that down again, what does that 21 turn into? 3. So again, this is us coming back to our truest nature, the Trinity experience, and in fact, a cycle. So this is that mind, body, spirit connection. And because there are 7 cosmic laws and 7 chakras, this is all about alignment, beloveds. Most of us think that it comes to cause us chaos and brings us challenges. But no, what it does is show us where in our outer personality we need to become conscious, because then it shows our inner sun, which is our true consciousness. And so because Mercury rules our mind, it illumines what has been dark and also allows us to illumine our consciousness. And so retrograde is not here to cause us chaos. In fact, it's reminding us, RE, to slow down. So anything that is RE, reflect, remember, release, reinvent, reframe, retreat, release, restart, rebirth, all of those are key components to this Mercury experience. In fact, do you know where Mercury is in your chart? If you don't know, find out now, because this can give you keys and how to best harness this energy for yourself. And if you know you'd like a birth chart, I can do that for you as well. Go ahead and put a comment below and we'll make sure to get you a birth chart at a very special discounted rate, because Mercury will affect each of us differently, again, depending on where it is in our chart. So this isn't a time for chaos, beloved. In fact, it's a time for us to self-correct our mistakes and ourselves. This is a time for us to fix, to finish, and to finalize all things that have been left undone. And this is also not a time of obstacles and breakdowns. In fact, it's a time for us to wake up. And although it frustrates us, it is extremely healing for us. So communication, connections, contacts, as well as our curiosity should be peaked at this time. Why? Because Mercury rules all of those things. And so it also gives us the biggest message of all, that we don't control anything. In fact, the planet's influence on us is much stronger and bigger than we've ever imagined. And that's why knowing our birth chart and getting to know our cosmic blueprint is so much more than just our horoscope. In fact, this is why it says to know thyself, because you will know then, do you react or do you respond? And that's what this Mercury retrograde time is here for us, to learn how to respond instead of react. So be mindful, are you reacting or are you responding during this time? Also remember, once we start the Mercury retrograde, that lasts for 3 weeks. Then we have a post-shadow period that lasts for 2 weeks. So we won't be shifting out of this vibrational energy for 5 weeks. Plan accordingly, beloveds. Stay tuned for all the things that you need to know in the notes below. I can't wait to hear how Mercury retrograde supports and transforms, and reinvents you, beloved. And until next time, peace and blessings.